Tonight, a new era begins for the National Sim Racing League as we welcome you to its unofficial beginning of its new revamped season. Welcome to the Clash from the Daytona International Speedway Road Course in Daytona Beach, Florida. Hello, friends. Happy you could join us for tonight's coverage. I'm Marty Sakala. We are beginning a new version of what used to be known as old school racing. This is the National Sim Racing League, and we are going from old to modern. We have gotten rid of the Gen 6 cars and are using the next gen cars, and we are going to be following most of the schedule on the NASCAR Cup Series. Tonight's an unofficial kickoff here around the Daytona road course, including the final chicane that NASCAR uses. We'll go 35 laps tonight with a competition yellow on lap number 13. Well, obviously it won't be a test of who could succeed in the Daytona 300, but we'll have a little bit of fun. It could test us and see who is the better road course driver. Expecting to have 15 drivers start the race. No qualifying needed at all. We will start the race via a random draw. But it should be a good one. Let's explain the revamped version. It is, like I said, a lot similar. We'll start things off with a clash around the 3.57 mile road course. Here's how the schedule looks. We'll begin in Daytona, and we're going to do some different tracks that are to NSRL's, motivation. We'll do some short track races. We'll go to IRP, Lucas Oil Raceway. We'll go to Rockingham, the Milwaukee Mile, North Wilkesboro, Myrtle Beach, Kentucky Speedway. We'll go to COTA. We'll go to the Nashville Fairgrounds. Our all-star race will be at Texas Motor Speedway. We will go to Iowa, Road America, World Ride Technology Raceway at Gateway Motorsports Park. We will end the regular season at Twin Ring Motegi. The playoffs will be a lot similar to the schedule we have now in the NASCAR Cup Series, and we end things off down at Phoenix for the Championship 200. All races will be at a maximum of 300 miles this season. Gives you an idea of how much we are running here in NSRL's competition. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsors for supporting us in our revamp. Affordable SEO, Full Send Graphics, Autopilot Solar Solutions, and Speed Demon Setups. Let's meet your starting lineup. For the field of 15, it will be Greg Harris and Paul Smeraldo in row 1. Row 2, Wood Dog and Mark Cook. Row 3, Justin Cope and Tom Farah. Row 4, Josh Aaron and Warren Young. Row 5, Jimmy Barr and Justin Diltz. Row 6, Mark Sikochi and Kayla McCarthy. Row number 7, Alan Crowell and Jeremy Edwards. Kyle Milliken will start from the back in the 15th position. Drivers are on the back stretch, the Daytona Super Stretch, going into the bus stop. There you see the weather report, 65 degrees the air temp, the track temp 68 degrees as we race under the lights. Get some final words of wisdom here from race control.
Thank you.
Warren Young not making it.
Take her easy here.
Warren Young not making it to the start. Craig Harris will be starting from the rear of the field. When this race does conclude, keep in mind it could possibly come down to this chicane here. A lot similar to the Charlotte Roval. As they go through it, pace car pulls in. Strap in and hold on tight, because these men and women are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer. It's showtime in the clash. Wood Dog already taking a more aggressive approach as they make their way into turn one. Cope and Smeraldo side by side. Smeraldo goes off. Same with, I believe, Mark Cook. Kayla McCarthy has crashed in the 24. She goes off track and spins it more. In the International Horseshoe, Wood Dog loses it. And that puts Aaron to the lead. Justin Cope also going off track. Smeraldo has spun. This is a mess. Keep in mind, it is a road course, so local yellows will only be needed, but not the start. That's Smeraldo, McCarthy, Wood Dog, who's already got some front-end damage, what they wanted to their race cars. Coming out of the infield part of the road course, it is Josh Aaron with the race lead. Keep in mind, speaking of Wood Dog's damage, one extra repair has been added for only tonight, so drivers will only have 2 quick repairs and not 1. Tom Para has mashed the tire barriers. That's in the final corner before you come out onto the tri-oval. And now they go into the bus stop. Should be an easy corner. Top 3, looks like they drive through with no issues. Aaron reports of actually going off track, and he did. And he's been awarded a drive-through for cutting the corner. And so Jimmy Barr goes to the race lead. This track is messing everyone up tonight. Final chicane, and Barr loses it. So now Kyle Milliken in the 42 will lead lap 1 of the clash in a battle for the lead with Mark Cook. On board with the 88, Wood Dog reports that he has crashed the 15, and he has. That's out of the final turn. And the same goes for Alan Crowell in the 54, but that's in the infield. Jimmy Barr, who has completely lost the front end, has brought his car into pit road. 2.5 second lead for Kyle Milliken. Let's take this opportunity and recap everything that happened from the green flag. First off here, we had Kayla McCarthy, who crashed going into turn 1. This is the number 24. Just goes off track. And then gassed it in the grass where there's no grip at all and spins it. Then let's watch Paul Smeraldo. This is in the International Horseshoe, the 57. Cooks the brakes out of the International Horseshoe and just gassed it way too early, and around he goes. Then we had Tom Para in the 16 crash. And simply locks up the brakes and rams the tires. Jimmy Barr then had a huge crash in this 81, who was your race leader, and you kind of saw what happened there, and that's a huge shot. Milliken misses without issues. And then we had Wood Dog also crash, and I believe this was the same area. And I think he just bumped either the chicane or just went a little bit too hard. Then we had Alan Crowell in the 54. Just lost it in turn 1. Josh Aaron then, who is in the 77. Loses it on the inside. Mark Cook in the 88. in the International Horseshoe. Guesses it too much and loses control of the car. No major issues, though. Here's Justin Diltz in the 23. Also in the International Horseshoe. Just not a good corner at all. Luckily, got the pavement where he could keep it straight. Tom Pera in the 16 again. Again, no front end at all. We've got 3 more as of right now to watch. Loses it in that on the apron. Is this Craig Harris or nope? That's Jimmy Barr. Let's watch Harris first. Then we'll go to Barr. International Horseshoe. Look at how much the brake rotors have gotten hot. We got another crash, by the way. Wood Dog. Just like Para. We want Jimmy Barr. Here we go. So we're trying to get you caught up with all the action here. Final chicane, and he loses it. Just like he did last time. Justin Cope, his brakes are already locked up. And guesses it too early as he tries to hit the oval section. Hopefully this is the last one. This is Wood Dog in the number 15. Oh, man, bad lockup. No control. We just had another crash happen. Alan Crowell in the 54, who is running in 5th. Loses it in turn 1. So after all of that, we've missed about 2 laps for you so we can figure out what happened. And Kyle Milliken with about a 6-second lead on Jeremy Edwards in the 5, who's got a lot of left side damage. Milliken perhaps may be the cleanest driver we've got. The only driver with no doubt. He's got damage now in the rear end, but maybe have the cleanest car that has not used a quick repair yet. Justin Cope in the 59. We just had reports that just went off track a couple of moments ago. Now Wood Dog in 10th spot off a track and hits the wall there. I'm trying to see where that's at. I think that's at the International Horseshoe. Josh Aaron gets by for 11th. And that is in the International Horseshoe just before the kink. So Milliken and Edwards, by the way, are the biggest movers of this race so far, with up 14 and 12 spots respectively. We're going to take you on board here. Trying to take you on board here for a lap. Tom Pera reports he goes off track and almost hits the tires there. We're going to take you on board for a lap here at Milliken and show you where all drivers are. Reports that Justin Cope in the number 59 has crashed, but his car is still going. Look at that, 5th gear. Great part. And yes, there is a crash. Jimmy Barr in the 81 has gone off track. You see him there on the super stretch. And we had a 2-car crash just happen with Kayla McCarthy. I'm trying to see where that is. That's coming out. That's a big wreck with Harris and Diltz. See if we can show you the replay on what happened here. Wreck already happened and got the 13 of Harris. Just a wild wreck, and Milliken's already come in to stop. Wood Dog reports that just crashed a couple of moments ago, but Milliken's in the pit, so this gives the lead to Jeremy Edwards in the 5, and the leader loses it in turn 1. Tom Pera in the pits. Crazy race so far as a change for position. The 54 of Crowell has spun right in front of Mark Cook. So it's inside the top 5 too.
We're hurting.
Again, this race is just for fun. Milliken, by the way, is out of the race. Just a bunch of quitters sometimes, I tell ya. It's ridiculous. So Edwards leads by 6.6 seconds on Mark Sikochi. Josh Aaron reports he is off track in turn 1.
Marty didn't hold back.
It's Justin Copes on the radio. Trying to find the best battle on track. And I would say it's right here for 4th spot. Between Justin Cope and Alan Crowell, the gap between them
He's
is
coming down to take tires. I'm like, man, I hope he knows he only got 3 sets.
just 1.5 seconds. Crash for Wood Dog. Trying to find out where that is. That is out of the International Horseshoe. So again, and Wood Dog's off track again. He's currently in the 11th position as Josh Aaron just passed Justin Diltz for 9th. Some contact there. They're both in the grass, and around goes Diltz. Excuse me, that's Aaron as Diltz makes the pass.
Sorry, 23.
No, you're good, buddy. I was coming right with you, man. No problem, man.
And that battle, even after they did wreck, that's still your best battle on track for position, as Stiltz currently has the advantage in 9th. Far ways back. Fastest lap of the race so far does belong to Milliken, a 154.2, who has called it a race. 2 drivers out of the race, that's Milliken and Warren Young. Crash for Wood Dog again, and this is coming out of the final chicane. And I think he's waiting to use his quick repair possibly. Those rotors are absolutely glowing. Paul Smeraldo has crashed in the 57, and that's at the exit. And he's crashed there multiple times. And same with Jimmy Barr, who's crashed in the 81. And that is at the final area. Jeremy Edwards has crashed as the leader, and that's in turn 1. And we could have a battle for the lead ramping up here soon. Sikochi, there he is in the back. The leader made a mistake, and the gap's down to 1.5 seconds, and this is the best battle on track. course, one of the best in what used to be old school league, and Paul Smeraldo in the 57 has crashed in the final chicane, and I think he's bringing it down pit road. And he is, but again, we watch that battle for the lead ramp up. 7 laps are complete of this 35-lap exhibition event. Again, that is a huge reward exhibition. There you see your top 2 on screen. Let's try and compare sectors here. Sakochi seems to have the edge. Big time, but that's from this lap too. So Edwards off the pace a little bit. One second slower than Edwards, so still though Sakochi was faster after Edwards missed turn 1. Is that smoke coming out of Sakochi? Maybe been just tire smoke. He may have just locked them up on the exit of turn 1 or spun him a little bit. Tom Parra, by the way, jumping to pit road. Sakochi 1.9 seconds slower in sector 2. Sakochi's 0.05 of a second faster. See how it looks in sector 3 this time. Edwards is the faster car on track right now. 23, Justin Diltz has gone off. That is at the bus stop on the super stretch. Of course, we will keep you posted. You see where all your drivers are on the handy dandy map. Dilt's currently running in 9th spot of 13 drivers on track. And a crash with Wood Dog again in the final chicane. Smeraldo, by the way, off track 2 in the 57, cuts that final chicane. So he's going to have to slow down and yield to faster cars, and he'll get put a lap on from the 5 of Jeremy Edwards. Top 10, the only cars that are currently on the lead lap. Josh Aaron went off track in the 77, and that's coming out of the West Horseshoe. Hasn't been a problem for a lot of drivers yet today. So, 9 laps are on the board. And your race leader is Jeremy Edwards. We will take you side by side.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, no problem.
We are back here at the Daytona International Speedway road course here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Jeremy Edwards continues to lead. Has had one of the best road course cars so far on the day today. Bunch of drivers, by the way, going off track. Let's take a look at some replays while we were away. This is Tom Parra in the number 16. Just slowly coming off pit road. I think he may have been out of fuel. Or waiting for cars to go by. This is Alan Crowell in the 54. We just lost it in the final chicane. Here's Justin Cope in turn 1. Ouch, and I thought he got stuck there for a moment. The man that's caused the most crashes so far today is Wood Dog in the 15. Cooks it a little too much. This track is definitely eating drivers up. And no question about it, it is a tough track. I've raced here many times on iRacing. During the second week of the NASCAR season when all 3 series were at Daytona Road Course, and it's not fun, that's for sure. That's in turn 1 with Josh Aaron.
So even with one lug, the pit stops are still 13 seconds.
Then that's Tom Parra, and he just crashed again. I think Parra's had enough.
The tank, right?
Oh, yeah.
At this point, I think Tom Parra's had enough.
But it's still the animation of me jacking up the right side and taking forever.
That's Wood Dog, and as you can see, he has used a quick repair.
Yeah, they haven't done anything with that yet.
Josh Aaron in the pits. The closest battle we can show you is behind Wood Dog and is for 5th. That's Kayla McCarthy that's Craig Harris in the 13 with no hood and painted up, scratched up rear end. And you could say the same thing for McCarthy too in the 24. So they're working their way into NASCAR 1.
Close.
And I believe we are at 2 to green. And we are, so pit road is closed this time. White flag. Oh my! That's Wood Dog. Again. Watch again. Very hard shot for Wood Dog. Paul Smeraldo entering a closed pit too as well, and had another crash, by the way, with Crowell, who's running in P8. I think he may have just gone off track a little bit. Is that Jimmy Barr behind him? Nope, that is not. Crowell currently a lap down in the 54. Running 8, started from the 13th position. But meanwhile, look at that. Jeremy Edwards is on a mission. Top speed so far today, 183 miles an hour. Someone's been able to hit 190 in the straights, and that's Smeraldo. As he has the Joe Gibbs throwback. And he was a former NFL coach with the Interstate Battery Scheme. 1 to go here until the comp yellow. Two drivers just crashed. Jimmy Barr and Paul Smeraldo. Smeraldo, that's in the West Horseshoe. And 2 other drivers have crashed. That's McCarthy and Wood Dog in the final infield corner. Smeraldo trying to get things back going. And another driver has crashed. That's Justin Diltz in the 23. Get some of these wrecks here. First off, Smeraldo in the West Horseshoe. Is this a lockup? His brakes aren't hot. A lot of oversteer there in the West Horseshoe. Now, this is McCarthy. Wood Dog's behind him, too. Brake rotors are hot and oversteer as well. And where's Wood Dog come into this? This is from Wood Dog's on board. Lock up. You bet. Craig Harris just crashed in the number 13. This is his replay. Coming into turn 1. And he's really locked him up. Final chicane for Jeremy Edwards before we bring the yellow out. 17.5-second lead on Mark Saccoci. We'll bring the field to the line as the competition yellow should come out any second. Saccoci coming across the line second. 6 drivers are on the lead lap. Mark Cook exiting the final chicane. Nope, excuse me. This is the white flag here. Thought it was this time. 6 drivers on the lead lap. Edwards, Saccoci, we showed you Mark Cook. There's Craig Harris running in 4th. Justin Cope in the 59 running P5. And then in 6th is Kayla McCarthy. The next driver behind her is Josh Aaron, who's over a minute behind McCarthy. Last 5 laps has been very consistent in the 158s. In the NASCAR chicane for the final time before the competition yellow is out. And Jeremy Edwards out in front. Saccoci locks up the brakes in the final corner, blows it off. And there is the competition yellow. So we'll pause here to take another break. We will be back. Stay with us.
gas the way I could before.
Listening to
Jeremy's laying
race,
down the gas well.
listening to race chatters. We are under yellow, waiting to go
Yeah,
back to
Mr. I
green.
haven't heard any laps here. I don't know how I'm gonna run.
Hey, he's looking pretty good.
All beginners low.
Shit, how far ahead are you guys? God damn.
There ain't no such thing as beginner luck on a road course. He's a ringer.
Nah, I don't. I wouldn't tell you all that, and then come out here and run like this. I just backed all my corners up compared to practice and just worked myself up.
We're heading up onto the banking on the turn 2 of the oval.
Pace car coming out of 2 now, so.
He's getting into the infield.
Alright, I'm ready for next week already.
Turn 6 or 7 or something over here.
I honestly thought I was going to be toast after I knocked down the wall with the left front.
Yeah, you were still turning quick times. I wasn't pushing it, but I mean, I was trying a little here and there, but I didn't want to push it too hard and go off the track.
Hey, are you doing like stage points, or is that just going to a competition caution?
We are, but not for this race.
Gotcha.
Just competition yellow to bunch them back up, make adjustments if you need to. NASCAR did it to where you could take tires before lap 15, but you couldn't, or 13, but you couldn't take fuel. But we got no way to regulate that, so I treat it like a stage.
Alright. Fuel even an issue here? Alright.
Should be. You should be hitting like 20, 22 laps on a tank.
Lucky dog outside.
Everyone in pit road. On board with Jeremy Edwards. Beats out Sikochi. And will win the race off pit road. Sikochi comes out second spot. Cook comes out third. Let's see where Cope comes out. Fourth position. Fifth Harris. And sixth Kayla McCarthy. Next lap, it should be all lap cars coming on in.
Did it give anybody a black flag when we drove through that last corner on the start of the race?
Negative. I didn't get a black flag.
I don't think I have to clear it. 'Cause I don't remember anything being cleared when I did that. I just don't want to have to worry about that going side by side into the corner with Jeremy on the turn 1.
Yeah, I didn't get a black flag either, so I think we're good.
Yeah, if we do end up getting them, I'll try to clear them on the backstretch.
Is that it? Just two stages in this one?
Yeah, it's not even a stage, it's just a competition yellow. Same with the dual. Dual will have a competition yellow at lap 20 of 60.
Okay, so we're green the rest of the way.
Yeah, you don't see stages until the Daytona 300.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Milliken. I'm not sure I was able to keep up with them, but they're just all of a sudden disconnected.
He pulled in the pit.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. Maybe he thought there wasn't any competition for him, but nobody was going gung-ho yet. Some strategy could come into play here.
Looks like some drivers will take the wave here.
Couldn't get it back in gear.
And you
Trying to
see the
take
lights
fluid
are
out.
off.
Shut the ignition off and couldn't get it back on.
Lights are off the pace car. 1 to go until we get the green flag. And while we are at it, let's give you the Speed Week schedule. The Sim Racing League Speed Week schedule. August 4th. Next Wednesday is Daytona 300 qualifying and the duels for the 150. Then August 11th is the Daytona 300. And it looks like we are not going to have really any breaks in between. Racing wise, and we really should have an off week somewhere. I don't know, as we get ready to go back to green, let's hear some more race chatter. Jeremy Edwards and Mark Sikochi will be your front row.
In there. Do not wait on the 23. Do not wait on the 23. I'll click.
Justin Diltz getting a lap back. So we get ready to go back to green. Let's reset the field for you. Mark Edwards.
We'll go blow right through it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeremy Edwards and Mark Sikochi, row 1. Justin Cope and Mark Cook in row 2. Craig Harris, Caleb McCarthy, row 3. The drivers are allowed to cut through the chicanes under caution. Under green, they cannot. So they let the pace car catch up to them. So they may have to go a slower pace speed before we go back to green. Leader controls the restart, and that is excuse me. That's Jeremy Edwards, who's been very fast all day today. We'll continue to show you the map here. on your screen as we get ready to go back to green once again. It will be 16 laps to go on this restart. Get the pace car go by. There's your top 6. They're battling for the win. Here we go. Not a good start for Sikochi. Cook up to second. Sikochi being patient, very conservative. Could think the top 2 lock him up, and they all do! There goes Edwards. He's gone. But somehow, some way, Cook still has the lead. Second is Harris. And Cook locks him up. Harris forces his way. Same with Justin Cope. Cope goes to the lead. Now in the kink, no way you can go side by side in this area. West Horseshoe. Harris understeers there. Cook powers off on the exit. Now this will be interesting if anyone locks him up. Looks like everyone is good as Josh Aaron loses control, was able to get back on the lead lap. 9 drivers on the lead lap. Cope with the lead, change for second. This looks like a race on the pack on the oval version of Daytona. How's this going to work? Kayla McCarthy in her highest spot today. Oh my! Craig Harris set his way in and loses control. Goes off and falls back to 5th. Jeremy Edwards, after going off in turn 1, hitting the wall. Back up in the 5th position. Josh Aaron takes 6 away from Craig Harris. Final chicane, there's Cope, there's McCarthy, there's Sikochi, there's Cook. Then you see Edwards, who has to deal with a very slow Paul Smeraldo. Smeraldo goes around in the 57. No cautions, by the way, rest of the way. That was a lot of fun, definitely. And McCarthy loses it off of 1. Sikochi goes by. McCarthy comes to a stop. Oh, be careful. Be careful. That got close for Kayla. She falls back to 7th. Can you get her car back going? Yes, she can. Jimmy Barr now in the pits. Justin Cope has increased his lead to 5 seconds. Closest battle on the track for the runner-up spot between Sikochi and Cook. From the 88's on board. One driver is off, and that is the 16. Tom Pera in the kink, it is. And he's put that thing in the pits. Josh Aaron reports he has crashed from 6th spot. That is in NASCAR 1. Lap traffic going by. Jeremy Edwards has made his way up to 4th position and hunting down the 88 and the 8. Compare lap times. How much faster? 2.5 seconds faster. We'll compare sectors here this lap as we go on board. And is that Sikochi? Yes, it is. That battle for second. Heating up. Three-tenths faster than Cook. Almost gets into him. Cook struggles on the exit, and there goes Edwards, who takes third away. Now 1.2 seconds faster in Sector 1. This time, Sikochi a tenth faster than Edwards in Sector 2. Now a half second faster at the end of the infield. Paul Smeraldo is off near the International Horseshoe. Get to that in a moment. There you see Smeraldo in the 57. In the bus stop, Wood Dog is off track. There he is, and I think he's just having some fun now. Edwards is all over. Compare the sector again. This could be a good battle here. Let's see what happens in this final chicane. Sikochi. Edwards, look at the move by Edwards! Wow! What a move by Jeremy Edwards!
All right there, man.
I saw you coming.
And Sikochi trying to take second spot back. He's got it. But my goodness, Jeremy Edwards just sent it in. Turn 1, his brakes have to be washed up by now. See what happens in that first horseshoe. Edwards inside, outbrakes Sikochi and takes the runner-up spot. There's his next opponent, that 59 that was just in the background in the West Horseshoe, Justin Cope. Reports that Justin Diltz crashed in the 23. Go to the replay and see what happened. On the exit of the Roval part, spins to the infield. And just decided, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm taking it back to the pits. Greg Harris is now crashing the number 13. He's back on track. Go to his perspective. International Horseshoe once again. Touches the grass. Just has no traction at all. Got loose, but a nice save. Gap down to 6.5 seconds on Justin Cope. That battle is still the best one right now for second spot. We go on board Sikochi. Down to first gear in that final chicane. And what do you go up to until you hit turn 1? In third. Fourth gear. Then you gotta get on the brakes. And down to second. Can't go down to first or else those rear tires will spin a lot. You'll rev the engine too much. That could end your day. The gap, by the way, down to 2.9 seconds. Cope was very slow last time by. Locked him up in the West Horseshoe. On the entryway. Edwards much better. Battle for the lead starting to develop. $11 to go this time by. And this is currently looking like Jeremy Edwards' race to lose. You see Cope there. Nice chicane there. Watch closely in that final chicane. If he blows it, watch the tires closely. You see the brake rotors. Doesn't lock them up, so that's pretty good for Cope. But maintains a 2.6 second lead. Let's compare the lap times at the line. Edwards, though, 2.3 seconds faster last time around. We'll compare them next time. Got a good battle, too, in the back for third between Sikochi and Cook, as Edwards has lost control, and he's damaged the front end. That is big. Huge implications. Let's see if... Yep. Edwards just said he's done. Can he get that thing back going in full speed? Going to be tough without a front bumper. Let's watch that again. We'll take you on board with Edwards. Oh, just completely messed the horseshoe up. Ah, and he hit guardrail, which is something you can't do. He hit that Armco barrier. He hit the tires. I think he's fine. But that's going to play a big factor now in this race. He'll lose some speed. Still in fifth, luckily. And there you see the battle for second between Sikochi and Cook. Smeraldo in the 57 is off in the first horseshoe. And because Edwards fell back 3 spots, we cannot compare his progress, but he's closing in still on the 88 and 8 with 10 to go. There you see Edwards in the foreground, now in the back. Trying to rebound. That's a tough mulligan there he has developed. And there could be a mulligan there. Cook cooked it on the exit. Gave too much gas, got the grass. Falls back to fourth. So now Edwards is up to third. Change for position, by the way, as Barr and Harris just crashed. We'll go to a replay and see what happened here. Final corner before you get back on the Roval. And Barr overdoes it, but where is Craig Harris in all of this? Harris is in turn 1. And overdoes it. Yep, there's the huge lockup. Heavy, heavy lockup. And got the tires. There's the difference between second and third as they've pulled away from Cook, who has crashed. Mark Cook just spun on the exit of the back straightaway. A lot of time between him and McCarthy. Watch what happened again. Good there, but then just carried too much speed in the center of the inner loop. He spun the car out. Edwards now starting to lose some time to Sikochi, a 10-second lead between Cope and Sikochi. You see Cope in the West Horseshoe. Compare lap times between him and second spot. That time, Sikochi was 1.2 seconds faster. Cope almost had an aha moment. As compared to Sikochi and Edwards, you see Sikochi a lot faster these last 2 laps after what happened with Edwards. Jimmy Barr was crashed, and same with Craig Harris. First off with Barr, then we'll go to Harris. International Horseshoe looked good, but then got the grass. Oversteer on the exit. Harris again, quick repair into turn 1, does it again, locks the brakes, tires, oh, a harder hit. 2 drivers in the pits. Tom Parra just put the number 16 into pit road. As Edwards now has a 10-second lead, we'll compare the lap time to Sikochi. When he crosses, we'll just have to wait. Sikochi was a second slower with 8 laps to go. I don't think it's going to be enough for Sikochi at all to try and win this race. Meanwhile, Jeremy Edwards just lost it off of turn 1. Got the inside wall. The handling's gone from that race car. And he is definitely fallen back a lot. Let's go to the battle for 6 between Harris and Crowell. Best battle on track. There's Crowell behind Harris. Again, that's for 6. In that final bus stop. No room for error there in that area, especially if you're the leader, Justin Cope. Both drivers on the lead lap. Last car in the lead lap will be lapped shortly, and that is Josh Aaron. Jeremy Edwards again. Oh, no. That's his race right there, pretty much. Locked up. Off track. Again. In the number 5. And there's Cook closing in.
Yep.
Him and Smeraldo talking. Smeraldo currently in 10th spot, 2 laps down. Harris has crashed again. And is at the same spot, different dance? Nope, this time in the exit. That is in turn 6, I believe. Again, battle for 6th here. And Crowell takes advantage of it. Just a simple lockup. Now he stands about 5.5 seconds behind the 54. So Justin Cope with a 12-second lead on Mark Sikochi, and that lead increasing and increasing. Huge chance to win the Clash. Jimmy Barr, big wreck in 6. Unless he just simply spun, I think that was the situation there. Left side's already
Sorry for
gone.
all the smoke, 8.
the spin. Tom Parra off track in the 16 in the West Horseshoe. He's put that thing in the pits. It'll be a 12th
Yeah, you're
place
right.
finish.
I was hoping it was Colt that was having issues.
Sakochi trying to play some mind games with Cope as they've got 6 laps left. Jeremy Edwards in third, but he does not have it locked up yet. Cook is closing in. Let's compare the lap times here. The last 2 laps, Cook
Thank you.
has been 17 seconds
How did you become a
faster.
road course racer, Colt?
I'm not. Just lucky. Very lucky.
Cope saying he's not a good road course racer, just lucky. I like it. I think a lot of drivers are lucky tonight that Kyle Milliken bowed out 5 laps in. Cook, oh no! Cook was getting a little bit more aggressive and spun it.
Oh, shit. My bad, man. I didn't know what the hell you were going to do.
McCarthy
Nah, you're good, Kayla. I
Off
wasn't trying
after
to get
the
in anybody's
kink.
way. I was trying to get off to the left there. You just come a little bit too fast.
and Diltz has gone off.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which way you were going to go, and then when I committed, I was like, oh, shit, he's going the same way I am.
It's actually Jimmy Barr. We'll watch
Yeah,
that
I was gonna
replay.
try to get the hell out of your guys' way. Like I said, you just come a little bit fast. I apologize.
The kink, very scary, especially when lap traffic plays a role. 3 seconds, the delta between Edwards and Cook in the battle for third spot. Edwards locked up on the exit. Let's see how Cook does. Looks like he is good. That gap maintains the same as somebody is off course, and that is, it's not Harris. Can't tell who that is. Is that the 15 of Wood Dog? It is. Sakochi went by. Wood Dog likely going to finish in the 11th spot tonight. And 2 drivers off track. That's Crowell in the 54, and there's another driver. We can wait for the map. That's Jimmy Barr. So those 2 finally came to blows. And where's Jimmy Barr in this? He's already wrecked. And Crowell sees it, reacts in that fashion.
Starting to slide quite a bit.
Sakochi reporting on the radio, his car is starting to slide. Lead is up to 20 seconds.
Yeah, me too.
Same with McCarthy, likely looking at a 5th place finish tonight. I want to continue, watch that battle for third, because it's not over yet between Edwards and Cook. Cook's in the background of the 5.
Sorry, 15. I thought you were leaving there. Sorry, opening last second. I didn't see that. Sorry.
Wood Dog and Tom Parra have crashed. Show you the 15. You saw it live. We'll watch it again from a television angle. Oh, man. I think Wood Dog saw the leader coming. Tom Parra has crashed twice. He's Just driving slow out of the pits. Gotta literally try for Pete's sakes. Aaron's crashed. International Horseshoe goes by Para, locks him up. And Mark Cook just passed for third on Jeremy Edwards. Show you how that went. Edwards cuts a horseshoe. I think that's the west one. That is how third is taken by Cook.
Sorry about that. Black car.
That is a tough break. Tough break for the driver of
You're
the
good. I
number
thought you
5.
saw me. That's my bad. I should have said something.
Nightmare day for Jeremy Edwards after
Every time
leading.
somebody gets on the radio, I bet you Cope's shitting himself.
Two other drivers
Where's
have
Bruce
crashed.
when you need him?
We had Craig Harris and then Justin Diltz. Turn 1. Same story.
There'd definitely be a few of them.
Let's go to Justin Diltz. Three laps to go and another crash with Tom Para, so we got more to show you. In the pits. Meanwhile, the lead for Cope, he can just conserve his 25 seconds. Sakochi just got into the West Horseshoe. Took advantage of the mistake of Jeremy Edwards on a restart. Edwards tried to rebound. Didn't work out. Cope leads them. Driver off track. That is the 15 of Wood Dog again, who is crashed in the International Horseshoe. And right in front of Paul Smeraldo. Justin Cope proving he can be a factor this season. I know he says he's lucky on road courses, but it's definitely showing that he can be a contender in NSRL this season, as he's got 2 laps left. Sakochi just getting into that final chicane. Mark Cook in NASCAR 4. That's where your top 5 stand. Right along again with the 59 of Cope. Great performance by him tonight. Huge crash too. I think just occurred. And Kayla McCarthy may have been part of this mess. There was a big one. With Wood Dog, Crowell, Smeraldo. Justin Cope sees the white flag. 1 lap left in the clash. And he will definitely receive a big bragging rights win tonight. 30-second lead for Mark Saccoci. Can't even see him in the rear view at all in the longest straightaway possible. And that gap just continues to increase even while he's in the turn. Battle for third, though, not over yet between Cook and Edwards. We will definitely watch that closely after Cope comes across the start-finish line. We may watch it now because Jeremy Edwards wants that final podium spot. Look at that. Oh, Edwards! There's the best of bite. They both messed up. Cook went in the grass and messed up entering the horseshoe. Edwards goes to third. And now he can be conservative. That's going to be a little bit fun, a fun battle there. Cook's trying to set something up. Meanwhile, as Edwards is in third, just trying to hang on to that final podium spot. A little bit of an early burnout there from Justin Cope. He don't care, though.
Oh, man. I hit the wall.
He hit the wall. He doesn't care because he's going to win it in the NASCAR chicane for the final time. Locks him up. Again, he doesn't care.
Yeah, I'll be there in a second.
Checkers is out. Justin Cope wins the clash for the National Sim Racing League Cup Series.
Oh, it was about to be bad, I'll tell you.
There's that battle for third that's not over yet between Edwards and Cook. And Cook's got to run inside. Much better backstretch chicane.
You should have done it.
Saccochi's going to finish second.
Nice win, Colt.
But this isn't over yet. Final chicane. They both lock him up and miss it. Edwards tries the inside.
First win in this league, huh?
And Cook takes third from
road
Edwards. I think they're both glad that they just finished.
Yeah.
But Justin Cope wins the clash. Saccochi second and Cook third.
I don't know what it looked like on the broadcast, but I mean it was fun to drive the track. It was real slick.
Yeah, I know there's just too many mistakes cost you. That's what it is. Cope's got out front and was able to get out there by himself.
I was hoping iRacing could
Cook
give us
finished
the
third,
instant
right?
points, but it won't. As Cope lights him
Yep.
up.
Sure, he's jumping over the Discord.
Good race, y'all.
So we'll wait for
Yeah,
Cook to
good
get
clean
in.
race. From what I seen.
And same with Saccochi and Cope.
Where are we supposed to go, Mark?
Discord, on the Discord is a broadcast channel. Interview queue.
Start things off by talking with your third place finisher, Mark Cook. Mark, I want to ask you about the final lap first off. You and Jeremy Edwards had a fun battle at the end. What was that like?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I thought he had me for sure. I was just making too many small mistakes, a couple big mistakes early, but I don't know what happened to him going through the little short chute on the back stretch coming out of there. I don't know what happened to him, but somehow I got back around him. Not sure, but it worked out. Congratulations to Justin, teammate, winner.
How would you describe that race as a whole?
Well, I mean, it's not too many of us run road courses. There are some that do, but not too many. So all in all, I mean, yeah, there was individual spins, and I seen some yellows for cautions in areas, but there was no like track blockages. It wasn't a catastrophe. But so in all, it was pretty fun.
Anyone you want to give shout outs to tonight?
Of course, teammate Justin Cope, the winner.
All right, Mark, we'll let you go. Great run tonight, man.
Thanks a lot, and congratulations to you, too, Mr. Sikosi.
So Mark Cook takes the third position. Let's talk to the guy that has definitely revamped this series big time. Mark Sikochi with a second place finish. Mark, how would you describe that race as a whole?
It seemed pretty clean from what I could see. I don't know how it looked on the broadcast, but man, the track was slick tonight. It was full of sand, dirt. Track was cool, but man, we had no grip because of the dirt and sand out there. But man, it was fun to drive. I don't know what it looked like, but it sure was fun.
How was your car compared to Justin? It looked like at first you were kind of closing the gap down on him, but then you lost a lot of time. Was it just all about making less mistakes?
I think some of it had to do with the brakes. I think we had a little bit too much brake in the front. I don't know if you could see I think the front rotors were glowing. It was building up too much air in the front tires. We made a bad adjustment on pit road, but the car was overall it was decent. It was pretty solid. But man, Jeremy and Colt, they had some really good cars, along with Milliken. I'm not sure what happened to Milliken, but he was blistering faster at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Who you want to give shout outs to tonight?
I got to thank all of our drivers for showing up. We had a decent sized field. We're looking to grow it, hopefully even bigger for next week. I got to thank all of our partners, Speed Demon Setups, Full Sun Graphics, Affordable SEO Marketing, and Autopilot Solar Solutions.
Appreciate the time, man. Nice run.
Thanks, Marty.
So that's Mark Sikochi that comes home in runner-up. Time to go to victory lane and talk with your winner, Justin Cope. I heard you say on the radio that you were not a big road course guy and that this was a race of luck pretty much for you. That restart you had, Edwards cooked them up, and you were able to get by in the horseshoe.
Yeah, luck definitely had a role in it, that's for sure. I guess getting by them there sort of helped me out get a little bit of a lead on everybody.
Overall, how would you describe that race from your perspective?
But the first half wasn't so good. I found the wall a few times. I guess the second half was much better. Enjoyed it a whole lot more.
Who you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Shout out to my teammate Cook, Rebel Racing.
All right. Thanks for the time, Justin. Congratulations. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Justin Cope takes home the win tonight. And let's give you the official results. Cope the win by 26 seconds on Mark Sikochi. Cook eds out Jeremy Edwards at the end. Caleb McCarthy 5th. Alan Crowell 6th. The only drivers that finished on the lead lap. There you see the rest of the results on your screen. Next week for the National Sim Racing League, it is Daytona 300 qualifying, plus the 150 duel or maybe duels with the Nest. Stay tuned for that. Check out nationalsimracing.com and follow them on Facebook at National Sim Racing League, and don't forget to check out their group as well. So that will do it for our coverage tonight. I'm Marty Sakala signing off for tonight. Congratulations to Justin Cope. Takes home the win in the clash at the Daytona Road Course. Thank you all for joining us tonight. So long, everyone.